Hey guys, it's TechRyan here. In today's video, we'll be checking out 30 of the best tech deals for October Amazon Prime Day deal. That is right. And of course, I will have everything linked down below. And of course, I will be updating this hourly on top of that. So there might be 30 things now. There'll probably be 100 things later, or even more, depending on how many deals I find. So for right now, though, let's get into it. First up, we got monitors. We actually got this Spectre monitor, which is a 27-inch 1080p IPS panel for 140 hertz to 165 hertz for only $130. Now, this was originally only $170 when it first came out, so it's only dropped by $40. However, this is still a pretty good deal, but not compared to the better monitors we have later. But this is something like if you're looking for an actual monitor and you want something around this budget, then I got you. Now we got a smaller monitor, which of course supports up to 165 hertz. It's a 24-inch, and of course there's 1 millisecond response time, and it's only listed at $105. But you know, so since we round up to 106, but originally it was actually selling at $160, so it's dropped about like $50, which is pretty good. So if you are looking for a smaller monitor with 24 inches, and you're looking for a high refresh rate, this is looking like the monitor for you. Next, we got this really nice monitor from Samsung. This is a 27-inch, 1 millisecond response time, 165 hertz panel, and of course this is one of the better panels too. So if you are looking for something a little bit more on the higher end that isn't going to break the bank, originally this was listed at $280, but now it's only listed at $180. So it's gone down by $100, which is this is one of the better deals by far. And they do have a slightly different version of it, which is of course a little bit more expensive, but honestly 32-inch, 1 millisecond, 165 hertz, all that other jazz. And originally it was at $330. Now it's only at $320, so it dropped by 110. So if you're looking for a little bit more screenage, then you know what to do. Next, we got a monitor for 1080p for 240 hertz. That is right, this is only for pure gaming. If you're someone who loves the game, who purely just wants the game on a high refresh rate monitor, this is a monitor for you. Now, originally this was listed at $180, but it actually dropped by like $20, which isn't too much, to be honest with you. Actually, I did my math wrong. It was $30, so it's still not too much, but $160 for a 1080p curved monitor, 27-inch, with actually 240 refresh rate with a half a millisecond response time. This is actually a pretty good deal. I'm actually planning to buy one of these for myself because I think this is the best monitor for gaming for a budget. So if you don't want to miss out on that video, you know what to do. Get subscribed. But yeah, I'll have this link down below. Next, we got some mouse pads. Now, SkyPad is actually having a deal for both their pads for the actual smaller one, which is actually around $66, but actually dropped to $44. Actually, it's even more expensive than that, but last I checked it was $66, so I don't know where it's at. 190, not 190, 90. So yeah, that's pretty good. And of course, the larger side actual SkyPad 2 is on sale. Instead of it being the retail price, I think it was the last $101, it is actually now only $80. So yeah, honestly, really good deal if you're looking for a SkyPad, which is a glass mouse pad. I did a review on one recently for the Shiny Yumi, which is a limited edition one. Of course, I have that video link down below if you want to actually check that out, but this is a pretty good deal. Now, if you're just looking for a classic mouse pad, I got you covered. The actual Kaito mouse pad, which I've reviewed recently, I use on my desk actually here, is actually on sale for $50 instead of being $44. It's actually now $28, so you can get different sizes, and all of them are on sale right now, and they're all for a really good price. Like this one's $25, it's only $15, and of course this one is only around, let's see here, $19, not $19, $20, and then it's now only $14. Like, all these mouse pads are very good, I can tell you a fact. And on top of that too, like, yo, they're pretty big. So if you're looking for a nice big mouse pad that's for a good price, I got you covered. Now, you're looking for a nice gaming mouse that won't break the bank? Well, I got you covered here with the Logitech G Pro, not G Pro wireless, that's a different one, the G305. So this is actually a Lightspeed mouse. This is actually wireless and only costs around $35, and originally was at $50. I have actually one of these for myself. I gave one to my grandfather because only giving the best of the best here, but that won't break the bank, of course. And I can tell you, he's been loving it. Besides that though, this mouse of course supports 12,000 DPI, which I don't think any of us are going to use. I've used them in the past, is crazy, and this is a pretty good deal if you're looking for an entry mouse that won't really break the bank. Next, we got actually the G Pro Wireless Superlight. This is actually the higher end model. The mouse is actually one of the newer ones. I actually have a friend who has it. He loves it. Besides that though, originally was listed at $160. It's now only $110, so it only dropped around like $50, but this is still a pretty good deal. Originally I saw back it was like $90 for this when they had the last Prime Day deal, but unfortunately they dropped below 90. I was really hoping to see that maybe around 80. That would have been insane. But this is still a good deal nonetheless if you are looking for a nice competitive mouse that won't really be unresponsive. This is like the best of the best. And I can tell you, I have an older model, but It works. I'm charging it. That's why. But you get the point. Need a keyboard? Well, I got a full select keyboard for you. This is actually the Logitech G 915 wireless keyboard. This is actually an RGB keyboard, mechanical, and all that jazz. This is actually tactile, which is going to be nice for you for anyone who doesn't want to have super loud switches and stuff like that. So super loud switches are not fun for the mic. And of course, it's wireless and all that jazz. And originally, this was listed at $230, but now it's only listed at $153, which is a pretty good deal. So of course, I will have this link down below. I actually plan to get one of these for myself down the line here, but it's a pretty good deal. Next, we got the Razer Death Adder V2 Pro Wireless. This is actually a nice gaming mouse for anyone who's looking for something to entry game. This is pretty good. I'm not a huge Razer fan myself. However, they have some good products here and there, and they do have some really good deals occasionally, and this is one of the better ones for sure, which is actually $130 when it was originally sold at, but now it's only at $59 because we round up here. So this is a pretty good mouse. I actually have my friend who has this. I got one of these from my brother a while back, and he's been really enjoying it. And of course, he used the wired one originally, so this was a massive upgrade compared to going from wired to wireless. So definitely can recommend. If you want to complete the full Razer set, we got Razer Black Widow V3 keyboard. So originally this was listed at $100. However, it's only $78. It's not particularly crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wouldn't really buy an expensive keyboard because expensive keyboards don't really benefit you compared to buying a nice mouse because the sensor actually helps with gameplay. But if you are into RGB and looking for a good keyboard on a deal, then this is not a bad one to look at. Now, if you want a keyboard that gets the job done with still some RGB in here and there, and this is the one I'm going to recommend for you. This is the Red Dragon K13 60% mechanical keyboard. This is great for gaming. I actually used the original version myself, but this is the upgraded model, which still works practically exactly the same. Besides, it doesn't have the number pad, but that's beside the point. Beside the point, though, this was originally listed at $32, which that is still pretty good for a keyboard. But now it's only at, what is it, $26 because we round up here. And honestly, this is pretty good if you're looking for a nice entry keyboard that doesn't want to break the bank, that can just get the job done. And if you get this with the actual, was a G Pro wireless mouse we looked at a bit earlier, which was like only $30 or something, then that'll be a good combo. Because you know for a fact, I do a lot of YouTube gaming, and I use like pretty much the exact same setup, but mine's like a higher end mouse because I spend more money on my mouse than my keyboard. Next up, we got some Govee light panels. So if you're looking for some nice light panels to add to your studio, Govee's actually having a sale for them for actually $108. It's now only $130. It's only like a 50 deal exchange, and you're gonna get 10 panels with this. And of course, these are RGB. You can of course hit them on your phone, put them in your setup. They'll look really nice. So yeah, I have some other ones we'll be looking at here that'll be cheaper, but if you want the premium, then I gotcha. Now here's some alternative lighting panels that do the exact same thing as the Govee ones, but they're going to be not as high quality, but they still will get the job done and that will look really nice. And these use the Hexagon or HJQ 8-pack Hexagon panels, and these are of course only listed at originally $40 and it's now only $32. So if you want to get 8 panels and stuff like that, be able to connect them for your phone and actually just look really nice, then these are the panels for you. Next up, we're going to mics, headsets, and all that other jazz. So first of all, we got the Wave 3 mic. This is actually on sale. Instead of it being $150, it's now only $120. And the good thing about this actual mic, if you get this, you get the Wave software. So if you are a streamer / gamer, which I know most of my viewers out there are, you'll be able to use this software to actually monitor your actual audio and do more advanced stuff with them than what you normally be able to do with just your normal audio setup on your computer. So this gives you a lot more advantages and perks down the line. So yeah, if you're looking for something a little bit more complex on the audio side and need some software, this is the mic for you. Next up, we got the Sony wireless headset. So originally these are listed at $348, but now it's only $248. So it only went down by $100. But I can say this, I do actually have 3 pair of these headsets, and they're very good. I actually use them for my lawn business for my employees, and I will quickly say, if you don't have a Sony already, definitely recommend. I prefer Bose, but I still have them on hand. Like I have another pair of headsets right there. Like I have a ton of headsets I use for a lot of different applications, but this is great if you're just doing travel and on the go stuff. Then this is a good headset for you. Now we got some Bose headsets as well, but they aren't particularly the best ones out there, but they are still a good deal nonetheless if you are looking for some Bose. This was originally listed at $250, but now it's actually $118, so it has dropped by a significant amount. I think this is more than 50%. I have to divide that, but it's a pretty good deal nonetheless if you're just looking for some Bose headsets. I also just realized this is Sony. I missaid that. That's my bad. That's my bad. Now, if you're looking for a little speaker that actually take on the go and use for music, and of course, Sony is actually having their wireless Bluetooth portable speaker on the go with them. This is, of course, 16-hour battery life, USB-C to fast charge it, of course, and waterproof and all that other jazz. And originally, this was listed at $60. Now it's only $35. So it's actually dropped by a significant margin. So if you are looking for a little speaker on the go, then this Sony one might just be the one for you. Next up, for my gamers and streamers out there, I got you covered with a capture card. So this is a capture card I've reviewed recently. I can say this is very good. This is very good entry capture card if you're just looking for something to get the job done, record and stream. Then of course this capture card USB 3, which actually supports 4K, 1080, 60 FPS, all that other jazz. And of course there's an HDMI in, HDMI out, so you can plug one for your your Xbox into the capture card, then take that output signal from the actual capture card to your actual monitor and or TV. And then of course you can send that USB signal to your computer to actually record it via OBS. And originally this is listed at $33, but now it's only $26. So pretty good deal if you are looking for an entry capture card. Now, if you are looking for a capture card that will get the job done no matter what the situation, then of course the premium capture card from Elgato HD60X. This of course reports 1080 60, 4K 30, low latency, all other jazz. And of course this originally listed at $180, but now it's only $150. Well, technically it's $149 because we round down and up in here, but still a pretty good deal nonetheless if you are looking for a capture card. If you are using console, I would recommend you get the actual Chat Pro link, because then you'll actually be able to use it with the PS5, because supposedly there's a problem with it right now. If you just use the capture card in itself, you won't be able to catch your audio. Sometimes it's just bugged. I'm not entirely sure why it happens, but you might need to get the Chat Link Pro on top of it too. But I definitely just recommend getting both of them if you can't get them together. You have a bundle, but the problem with it is you can assume everyone's buying them out for the exact reason I'm saying. Now, if you are looking for another capture card that's a little bit more reliable than USB 3.1, then we got the Mirrorbox capture card. Now, you of course get either one of those capture cards. They're both pretty much the same price. This one's $50 and it's only $30. So this is like $2 cheaper than the USB 3 one we looked at. I'm pretty sure. I'll correct myself and post if I'm wrong. But this of course supports 1080 60 FPS, 4K 30, all that other jazz. And I actually use one right here with my other camera that is a this is a Canon 4K 30 camera, and I just literally run the mini HDMI out to the HDMI in of actually the capture card, and it works perfectly fine. It gets the job done. Now, if you are looking for a Stream Deck, of course, they got the Stream Deck Mini is on sale. Instead of originally being $80, it's only listed at $60. Technically, it's only $59, but we're gonna round up on this one just to be safe. And of course, you can actually buy the other ones, but the other ones aren't particularly on sale, which is unfortunate. However, if you are just looking for a Stream Deck, that is just a minimum that'll get the job done. Then, of course, the 6-key one will be fine. But if you have some extra money on hand, I would just recommend saving up and of course buying the Mark II, which actually has 15 keys instead of 6 keys, because sometimes you might want more than you want. Now, if you do want an audio mixer that will get the job done, of course, there's an entry audio mixer by Fifine Gaming Audio. And of course, I've actually used this mixer right now. It's actually on my desk. I can actually show you guys. I'm using it and it's very good. Just kind of mute basic stuff and get things done. I actually have it hooked up my Blue Yeti right now, and of course, it sounds pretty good. But you of course can connect an XLR mic and do some other stuff with this, and I actually have a soundboard on it, and of course you can change your voice tone and do some other fun. It has a lot of effects. If you want to check out the full review video, I have a full video on my channel. You can definitely check out later here. Originally this was listed at $58. It is now currently listed at $40, so it's dropped around like more than $20, which is a pretty good deal. So if you're looking for an entry audio mixer, then this is the one for you. I would not recommend though buying this if you already have like Beacon Create or the Go XLR Mini, or like the Go XLRs. Now, if you're looking for another audio mixer that will get the job done, of course, we got the higher end one from Beacon Mix Create. This is the one I would recommend you upgrade to if you do get the actual other audio mixer I listed earlier here. But originally, this was listed at $200. It's now only listed at $194, not $194, $149. I don't know, I'm saying that wrong so bad. But of course, this has a mixer. You'll be able to mess with all your settings and stuff like that on it. And this is a premium audio mixer for anyone who's streaming and gaming. I would recommend this to any streamer out there. I'm probably gonna get one a little bit later here. I just haven't done it because it hasn't really been necessary to me. And of course, this does have an XLR mic in, so you will be able to connect your XLR mic into it. I'm pretty sure if it shows it. Okay, retract my statement about the XLR in thing. I thought it had an XLR part, but it doesn't. So this is just purely for audio mixing. Definitely recommend it if you are looking for something a little bit on the higher end. Now, if you're looking for another mic to go along with a beacon, we of course got the beacon dynamic mic, and of course this is a USB mic you will be able to connect via USB and then USB to your computer, which is pretty good. And this was originally listed at $180, $280. It's now listed at $109, which is pretty good. So it's dropped down more than like $70. So if you are looking for a mic, of course for higher end, and this also comes with the software, if I'm not mistaken, you'll be able to actually use this and do some actual crazy stuff with it. And of course has like EQ and all that other jazz. So it's a very high-end mic if you are looking for something for gaming and streaming. So yeah. Now, if you're looking for a nice mic that won't break the bank too much compared to the other mics we just looked at earlier, we of course got the HyperX Quadcast. I actually have 3 friends who use this. I have 2 streamer friends who use this and a friend who uses it just purely for gaming, and it's honestly pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And this was actually listed at $140 originally, but now it's only listed at $90. So if you are looking for an entry microphone that of course you don't want to get a Blue Yeti, you like HyperX, then this is the one for you. It's pretty good, so I definitely would recommend if you are interested and you don't want to break the bank. Next up, we got some headsets. First of all, we got the xCloud Flight headset. This is actually the wireless one compared to the original, but this was originally listed at $140. However, it is now listed at $80 instead, which is pretty good. Noise canceling, microphone, all that other jazz you'll be able to connect to your PlayStation, all that other stuff. And this is pretty good compared to like the other one. Speaking of the other one, we of course got the HyperX Cloud Alpha, this gaming headset. I actually have a friend, 2 friends who use this. It's pretty good. Of course, listed at originally $100, but now it's only $60. And so it's dropped about 40%, which is pretty good. So if you are looking for a nice gaming headset and you don't want to get the other one I listed earlier, this one's really good. I can definitely recommend this because I have multiple friends who actually use this. Now, if you're looking for a cheap entry mic that'll actually get the job done, of course, we got the HyperX Solo Cast. This is a USB mic. Of course, you'll be able to use it pretty much everything. It's got touch, tap the mute, all that other jazz, condenser, polar. And of course, it was originally listed at $60. However, now it's only listed at $40. So it's only dropped about 20%. But if you are looking for a little mic, this is pretty good. Now, there was the, was it Razer Mini? And this is similar to that one, which is both the same sound. But the thing with this one is, this is the only one that's actually on sale compared to the Razer Mini. The Razer Mini, I tried to find it and see if it was on sale for Prime Day, and unfortunately, it was not the case. If I could recommend this or that, of course, I'm gonna recommend this because it's at a better deal. Next, we're getting to computer parts. There isn't too much going on with them. CPUs is a lot, but actually for everything else is pretty little. So first of all, we got the Western Blue Digital 1TB actual M.2. This is of course a very fast drive for anyone who's just looking for something as a boot drive. I would recommend this. Of course, it was originally listed at $50. However, it's only $40 now, so it only dropped to $10. So this is still a very good drive if you are looking for something for a deal for Prime Day and that you can actually buy for your actual PC system. For storage, this is a drive. Next up, we got the best deal for Prime Day. So if you guys did not know, Ryzen is actually having their 58X actually on sale, which is an 8-core 16-thread processor, and it's actually originally listed for $150. However, it is only now $217. So if you are looking for an 8-core processor for AMD, and you're of course looking for a really good deal, then this is the CPU for you. Because like, oh my gosh, if I was building a PC right now, and if I needed a $200 CPU that could actually get the job done, which is actually very good, this is the CPU I would actually recommend, because like, you cannot beat that kind of deal. Now, Intel's having some deals as well, but however, they're not as good as the actual AMD ones right now, which of course the i5 11400F is a 6-core 12-thread processor, which was originally listed at $180. However, it's now listed at $133. And if you are looking for something from Intel that actually is going to be optimized, doesn't have any problems, then this is the CPU I recommend for you if you are doing a PC build just purely for gaming. 6 cores, of course, going to be more than enough for gaming. And if you want to go a little bit more extreme, you can get a 8-core version if you want to. However, I did not see any of those on actually deals, so just keep that in mind. Next up, we got another Ryzen CPU that's actually on deal. Now, keep in mind, this one was originally listed at $309. Now it's 50% less, which is now $158. So it is a 6-core 12-thread processor, which is, if you're looking for some purely gaming that won't break the bank, that will be very good. Then I recommend this. Is actually in one of the newer CPUs they have released. They have like the Ryzen 7600, but yeah, if you're gonna get a deal and gonna get a CPU with 6-core 12-thread, then this will be fine for what you want to do. You do not need to get the high-end kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're looking for a 6-core CPU. Next up, we actually got a nice CPU deal from Ryzen. This is the 59X. I have the 39X, so I can definitely tell you these processors are pretty good. Mine's an older gen, but this is pretty insane deal nevertheless. So this is actually listed at $570. It is now only for $297. So this is not below 50%. It's like right there. It's literally at the 45% mark, but it says 48% off. So if you are looking for a really powerful processor that will be able to pretty much handle everything you do, then this Ryzen CPU is more than capable of doing so, because once you get past the 8-core mark and get to the 12-thread mark, anything you throw at it will not stand a chance. Video editing, easy. Rendering, easy. Like, man, this CPU is insane. And especially tell you because I have the 39X, which is a slightly older one, and it's still working till today, and is absolutely insane. I probably won't be upgrading for quite a long time. Next up, if you're looking for a laptop that just gets everyday work done and you don't need anything powerful, gaming, graphic design, all other jazz, I can actually recommend this. This is actually a quad core laptop, which is with the Ryzen 5 75020U, and of course it is 8 gigs of DDR5. It actually supports up to 512 gigs, and of course Wi-Fi 6, Windows 11, all other jazz. So if you are looking for something to kind of just take to school, to study, to work with, this is a laptop for you. If you're not doing anything too complicated, you're just taking notes and working on it here and there and getting the job done, then this is a laptop for you. If you are looking for a laptop though that's a little bit more powerful, a little bit more things you want to do with it, we of course have this laptop here from Lenovo. This actually has a Ryzen 5 6600H. Of course, this is I'm pretty sure this is a 4-core I think, no, this is a 6-core 12-thread. Yeah, it's a 6-core 12-thread. I was pretty sure it was. Usually I remember every CPU I look at. But this is a 6-core 12-thread CPU. Of course, has the NVIDIA 3050 in it, which is very good for gaming, just getting stuff done. If you are somebody who is looking for a laptop to get the job done for purely like gaming, graphic design here and there, then this is a laptop for you. Because like if I was to get this, I would use this for graphic design, video editing on the go, and I would also use it for streaming, because this would actually be a capable laptop of doing so. Because like most laptops have usually the CPU encoder on them and they don't really have anything else going for it, so when you start coding on it, it gets taken up. It literally just gets taken up. So having an actual GPU like an NVIDIA on it, which has their actual codec on it, will actually be able to render out video without having to actually hinder the laptop much if you're just purely using it for like raw recording from your Xbox, PlayStation 5 via capture card to it. It'll work, you know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for something like that, you can do that. And of course, when you stream on the go, you of course can hector up a camera, set up to OBS, and then use it for on the go recording live stream events. So something to keep in mind. That's what I would do with it. The only thing I would change is actually the 8 gigs of RAM. Now this is 8 gigs. However, you can buy, what is it? A 16 gigabyte RAM kit for actually it. So you can literally buy this, which was originally $33. It's now only listed at $28. And of course, this is a good RAM upgrade actually purely for gaming, rendering, all that jazz. And of course, you can buy a little bit more for a little bit more expensive, but at that point I would not even recommend it and just buy a different version of this laptop. But you could be able to buy this, add it to this and upgrade it, and then of course that's going to be like $628, but it'll be a laptop that'll be able to pretty much handle everything you throw at it for quite a while. But of course, those are 30 of the best deals for October Prime Day deal sale. Of course, I will be consistently updating this throughout the day, so there will be more offers than there's just 30 you see here. And of course, if you want to actually get any of this stuff, it will be linked down below. And if you do use those links, they do support the channel, so I appreciate you. And of course, if you don't want to miss out on future videos, get subscribed so you don't miss out on future tech content. And you did enjoy today's video, make sure to smash the like button. And I'll see you guys for another one, okay? Cool. Tech Grant out.